So unit number 2. So waveguide components. So like our normal circuits, LC circuits or our normal electronic components. So there we require a to connect to transmission lines or to connect from source to some other destination, some other device. We require some components to connect coaxial cables like that. So like here also we have some components. So our microwave components. These are the microwave waveguide components. So to connect one device to another device. Okay. So like that we have different types of components here. We have the waveguide couplers here. So in waveguide couplers, so we need to connect one device. Suppose our waveguide have already one of the transmission lines is waveguide. So we need to give some input to the waveguide. We need to give power to the waveguide, or we can receive the power from other source to the waveguide. So we need to give some input, or we can as a transmission line between some source and destination. So we need to give some input. Okay. So for that purpose, we have some waveguide couplers we required. So to feed the to give the input to the waveguide. So waveguide is the rectangular shape. Suppose take the rectangular waveguide, the metallic structure. So we need to give some input. We are using as a transmission line. So we need to feed the signal to the our waveguide. So there we have used some different types of connections we required. We can have the probes and loops. So probes and loops. Please remember carefully. So the couplings of the probes and loops. Two types we have. So probes and loops. So in probes and loops, suppose you have the rectangular waveguide. So rectangular waveguide, we have the broader dimension is there, and we have the sides are there, broader dimension, and that is the width. Width is in the broader dimension, and height is in the somewhat shorter dimension. And we have the edges of the waveguide. So the probes we can introduce insert in the with the dimension. Now see here the diagram. So this is the probe. This is the coaxial feeder they are using. So to give the input. So in coaxial feeder we have the outer conductor is there and inner conductor is also there. So this is the broader dimension of our waveguide. In broader dimension, so the inner conductor inside into the waveguide. So into the that's free space. So here the halo is there now in center. Halo. This inner conductor is inserted into the halo. The outer conductor is so connect with the outer conductor of the our rectangular waveguide. Now see, this is a rectangular waveguide. We can say this is rectangular waveguide. So this is the broader dimension. So rectangular waveguide, there is a halo inside the rectangular waveguide. So now we need to give the signal to the waveguide. So to transmit, this is one of the microwave transmission line. So to transmit the signal through the waveguide, so we need to give the microwave signal. So for that purpose, they are using the probes and loops. Probes and loops. So already we know, suppose this is the x direction, this is the y direction. The electric fields are like this, perpendicular, like this, so perpendicular. These are the electric fields. The electric fields are, this is the electric field lines, like this. These are the electric field lines. Okay. So here, so these probes were inserting into the, so in the direction parallel to the electric field lines. So that's a very, very important point. So this is the electric field lines. So the probes are the two things, probes and loops. So probes are inserted, so parallel to the electric field lines. So electric field lines are in this direction, parallel to the electric field lines. So loops. So loops means, so we have the like this you can take. So this is the magnetic field lines. These are the magnetic field lines. So loops are in the magnetic field lines. This is the H. So loops are in the parallel to the magnetic field lines. Loops are parallel to the magnetic field lines. So probes are parallel to the electric field lines. But remember this point. So loops and two types of couplings we are using. So in the waveguides, so to give the input to the rectangular waveguide, probes and loops. So probes, so I'm inserting into the broader side of the rectangular waveguide. Now see here, this is I already know coaxial cable having the inner conductor and outer conductor. Inner conductor, I am inserted into the halo. Okay, outer conductor is connected to the waveguide of the rectangular waveguide. So now see, so this is the so probes are in the parallel to the electric field lines. Remember this point, and loops are parallel to the our magnetic field lines. So loops I am connected into the either two edges of the rectangular waveguide. Here this edge or that edge. Okay. Now see, so this is the probes. Okay. So now here one more important point you have to remember. So the probe we are inserting at the from distance of lambda g by 4 from the termination of the rectangular waveguide. So this point you have to remember. So the waveguide is terminated in a short end. So probe is placed approximately lambda g by 4 from the termination. So this point you need to write. One, so the probes are inserted. So parallel to the electric field lines, these are inserted into the broader dimension of the microwave waveguide, inserted into the broader dimension. And the place where you're inserting is, that is from the lambda g by 4 from the termination of the waveguide. So lambda g by 4 from the termination of the waveguide. Why lambda g by 4 means? So there we're having the maximum electric field. Maximum electric field. So in the same way, we have the loops. So loops, now see here, this is my waveguide. So I'm inserting one of the edge. One of the edge, I'm inserting into the loop to the waveguide. So for coupling. So here, remember this point. So the is the lambda g by from the short end. So the distance is lambda g by 2 from the short end. So here the loops are in the direction of the magnetic field, parallel to the magnetic field lines, parallel to the magnetic field lines. These are the probes and loops. So probes and loops. So two types of couplings we are using. So probes and loops. So probes we are inserting into the broader dimension of the rectangular waveguide. So from the distance from the start is lambda g by 4. So these are the parallel to the electric field lines. In the same manner, loops. So loops we are using in the edge, any edge of the micro waveguide. So there the distance from the short end is lambda g by 2. So here, the loops is the parallel to the electric field lines in the waveguide. So these things you need to remember. These are the two couplings. One is the probes and loops. Probes and loops. Okay. So these are the mode excitation. It's not required. You can see here, this is TE10 mode. Already I told. So based on the number of half waves, we have the TE10. Here TE20 modes. Now see two halves here. So like that. So TM11. TM there is no 1001. TM11. So TM21. So 21. So depends upon this one. So then another one is the tuning screws and posts. So tuning screws and posts. So this by using this tuning screws and posts, so we can adjust our inductance and capacitance in the waveguides. We can adjust the inductance and capacitance in the waveguide. Okay. So this tuning screws and posts, so we can adjust the inductance and capacitance in the waveguide. Okay. So screws means post and screws. Tuning screws means there is adjustable, so we can vary. So there is a, suppose we can take the rectangular waveguide. So we can insert from the broader side some iron rod into the waveguide. So based on depth of the penetration into the waveguide, it will change the inductance and capacitance values. So that we can, by varying that's like a tuning screw. By varying the screw, so the depth of penetration may increase or decrease into the waveguide. So waveguide, there is a halo structure. Inside there is a halo. So by inserting the screw into the waveguide, so by tuning the screw, so the depth of penetration of the screw into the waveguide will vary because of it's a tuning. It's a variable one. So based on the depth of penetration into the waveguide, it will change the reactance, inductance and capacitance value. That is the tuning screws. So post means, so just like we have the inside the halo, there is an iron sheet. It's fixed. The iron sheet is fixed. So based on that, so the capacitance value and inductance value also fixed because of it's a post, it's a fixed one. Okay, but tuning screws not like that. Tuning screws is a variable one. So we can see these things in your laboratory. So there is a one on top of the broader side of the waveguide. So we have the some screw type iron rod is there. So by varying that one, it is some small needle is there that will insert into the waveguide. That hollow gap is there no, in the waveguide that will insert into waveguide. So based on that, we can observe. So what is this inductance and capacitance value? Inductance and capacitance value. So here that tuning cues now see here. So we can insert the loss that is the lambda g by 4 the distance from the this one. So it will proceed. If the distance the insert see this for this point the screw with the insertion distance less than the lambda g by 4 it produces the capacitance effect which increases with depth of the insertion or penetration. So when the depth of penetration is lambda g by 4, there is screw in series resonance and further insertion cause susceptance to the inductance. So like this we have. So this is the side view of that one. Up to one level, you have the it will exhibit a capacitance effect. After that one, suppose lambda g by 4 the threshold. If the penetration height, now penetration height in the hollow structure it is less than lambda g by 4, it will exhibit the capacitance effect. Is more than lambda g by 4, it exhibits the it is called inductance effect. That is the tuning screws. So here we can have the double or triple screws also there. So it can vary the inductance and capacitance value in the our rectangular waveguides. Okay. So we have the lambda 8 g by 8 quarter. This is the 8th wavelength or quarter wavelength, that is lambda g by 4. So this arrangement varying the the inductance and capacitance in the this one that we can observe in our. I will show you that one. Wait a minute. Tuning screws. Rectangular waveguide. So is it visible? The screen? See, here are the tuning screws. This is the rectangular waveguide. This is the broader dimension. Is it visible? Anyone, please? More? Please speak. Yes or no? So now see, this is a rectangular waveguide. Different types of tuning screws are there. See, this is a tuning screw. So it will insert into the, this is a hollow structure is there. So based on the depth of penetration, the depth of penetration lambda g by 4. So there is a capacitance effect. More than that, there is an inductance effect. So that is the tuning screws, right? So in the same manner, so this is the screws, this is the post, you can see. This is the post. So post, see, inside there is a fixed, this is the fixed one. So this is the metallic structure, the metallic plate that is inserted in the our waveguide. Now see, this is the case. So only one side, it is the capacitance effect. So this is the broader side, capacitance effect. it is the broad side, shorter side, height, width, height side is the inductance effect. These are the posts. We have the both sides. So we have the this one. So resonant, both inductor and capacitor effect. Both have the both cases. 409. 409. 409. Is it visible my screen?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
So now this is the rectangular waveguide. If you have the there is a post, means I will show you that diagram. Inside, this you can see. Now see, this is the case. This is the rectangular waveguide. So now there is a iron rod inside the waveguide in the broader side. That is a capacitance effect. In the side walls, there is a inductance effect. If the rod is on the both sides, it is a parallel LC circuit. We have the both inductor and capacitance effect. Both inductor and capacitor. Is it visible now? So this is the inductive, this is the capacitive, this is the parallel, both the case. Right? So this is the posts. Post means fixed. Okay. Now some other. Now see, this is the tuning screws. This is the screw. See, this is a screw. So less than lambda g by 4. So capacitance effect. So more than lambda g by 4, it will exhibit the inductance effect like this. Okay. So this is your so tuning postal screws. CRs, please send me the attendance. Are you there?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Both you send me. Right. So this is your what is meant by coupling probe. So have the coupling purpose. We have the probes and screws. And in case for the purpose of and to exhibit inductance capacitance effect, so we have the tuning screws and post. So tuning screws. So this is the variable one. So based on the depth of penetration, it is a penetration lambda g by 4. It is the inductance capacitance effect more than lambda g by 4. So that is the inductance effect. The post is if the post in the broader side. Post means iron rod iron sheet. This is the fixed in the inner walls of the waveguide. Fixed in the inner walls of the waveguide. If it is in the broader side, it will exhibit the capacitive effect. In the side walls, inductance effect. If you have the both the sides, that is called the inductance. Sorry, resonance. Both have the both L and C values. It's like a parallel resonance. Okay. So these are the things. And next class we go for the remaining alternators and all those things. Any doubt, you please ask me. Okay. So otherwise, we may leave now.